A big thing I've been working on is that there's over 1 million kids that work in illegal child labor on cacao farms. I think when I last came on here was right after I started a chocolate company, and I had no idea like how bad it was. And the last few years, I've been trying to figure out how we can build our own supply chain where we can actually get kids out of illegal child labor. And ask Perplexity, how many kids work in child labor in West Africa on cacao farms? Right here, 1.5 to 1.8 million people or children. Yeah. It's pretty wild, and I had no idea. And like it's like been like this for decades, and so it's so normalized in the chocolate industry that when I would talk to other people who work at chocolate companies or execs, they're just like, yeah, it just kind of is what it is. That's how it works. And
so that's just how they get their chocolate. Period.
Yeah, I mean it's not all the labor. It's around whatever 46% of the labor. So if you were to work with a cooperative, and statistically, 46% of those farms will have child labor. Some won't, some will. And so you're buying at a cooperative level, and so. When I went to all the biggest distributors and everyone, that does all the sourcing for cacao, and I was like, so is there any way I can pay a premium and not have little kids work on my farms? And it literally didn't exist. And I was just so mind blown. And it really was frustrating because it's not even, did it not exist? Like no one really seemed to like even think it needed to exist. In this 5 village case study that we did, there's around 10,000 people living in there. And about 7 months ago, there's around 550 kids that were in illegal child labor in those communities. And so then we started taking over sourcing from there. So we started doing our sourcing principles and paying the Farmers Living Game Reference Prize. Fair Trade came in, started paying the premium. And now 7 months later, we just got the initial results after we did our check-ins. And some of the communities, we were getting so many kids out of child labor, there literally wasn't a school because kids just worked on the farm. So like some of these, we literally built a school so they could go to school because the goal isn't just to get the kids out of child labor. It's also to get them an education. So they're not, because if you grow up only working on a cacao farm, you have no education. So then you're basically doomed to working on it your whole life, because you don't know anything else, right? And so we just did our recent wave of check-ins where we knocked on all the doors, checked school attendance and everything. And so 7 months ago, it was 550 kids-ish, roughly, in illegal child labor. What do you think it was now, basically 6-7 months later?
I don't know. How many?
We were able to get a 90% reduction